Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Entertaining Pudding YouTube channel. Today we have a special episode because we're doing the Disney Gargoyles Broadway Ultimate Action Figure from NECA Toys. Now we're doing this one. It's very special because I did Goliath, the leader of the Gargoyles, just a couple episodes ago, and during that episode I said I'd probably be the only gargoyle because they're expensive and they take up too much room. But here I am. They are expensive. They take too much room, but here I am. I have Broadway. So we're going to take a look at the box. That's all I'm going to say about that. Look at the front. You get the awesome picture on the front of Broadway. On Broadway, as you can see, it's got Macbeth in the background there. Sign sparking up. He's looking pretty mean. He's not really mean. Well, he can't be. There we go. Take a look at the sign. A picture of the figure. Disney Gargoyles by NECA. I love that. Look how wide that mouth is. We'll get a look at that. Don't worry. Let's get the back for a second. Look at the other side with the mouth closed. A little crisping hand there. Disney Gargoyles NECA. And on the back, we have a close-up of him with his regular face. Him with some accessories. Looks like chicken leg and some popcorn. This one he has a battle axe with a mace point on the other end. This he's just getting ready to beat the brakes off somebody. Here we got to collect them all, which I'm not going to say I'm not going to do because look what happened. I said I wasn't going to do it. Now down here it says he comes with popcorn, drumstick, moss, mace axe, interchangeable heads and hands. Now moss, he comes with that. We'll see it here when I do the accessories. Well, we'll see it here when I open them up here. Let's open up the window packaging. You know it's premium when they got the window in the front. Look at that. Look at that awesome picture of the figure. Yeah. Give my regards to Broadway, right? Check him out. And there's the figure. Cool. Now, there's the moss. Yeah, we'll take a look at that when we get him out of the package. But there he is in the package with all his accessories. This is very displayable, folks, as it is. But of course, one of my mottos is I get inside and I get them out. I don't do that for all my figures, but for other ones I review, I do, obviously. But I do have some in package hanging around my display areas. But with him, you couldn't display him like this and do it justice. It would take up too much room. I mean, there's logistically no way to really do that. So I do keep the box, so just in case I someday have a room where I can fit everybody displayed in boxes. These boxes are ones I want to have on hand, at least for these two gargoyles. I say two gargoyles because you never know what's going to happen. So that's Broadway's box. And as I said, right now we're going to get inside and get him out. All right, we got Broadway out of the box here with his accessories, of which there are many, as you can see here. The main ones, as you can see, the wings. We might as well start with those. We'll look at those. We'll look at them closer when we do the sculpt and paint, but we can look at the sculpt and paint. Oh, well, we're just going to look at it now because look at that. Look at all the little veins and everything in the wings. Just incredible. And the ribs all the way up to where it connects to his back. Just the texture. It's a hard plastic, as you can hear. It's nicely textured. Look at the detail when it comes down to these points. The shading, the wash. Looks like actual skin, doesn't it? Flip over the other side. It's black, but it's still got the same texture. The nice blue-green ribs through there, color of his skin. Just so cool. Well, we won't have to look at those during the sculpt and paint apps. This wing's the same, just reversed. But the detail and everything is the same. Just amazing. We get to this right here, of course. Tail. Tail plugs in. I'll show you how to do that here when we look at his paint sculpt. You can see the little holes there. That's like old school. If you ever had bendy toys when you're old school, you know what that is. It's a bendy tail. You can do whatever you want with it. Goliath had one too. So that's useful for standing. You can use it as a, for Goliath in a couple of poses. I used it as a prop to prop himself up there. All right, we got some hands over here. We've got the holding hand, which holds the weapon. So I'll be showing you here in a minute. It's got a nice painted detail on the fingernails. God, just so well done. NECA just does not miss. Look at that. Look at the knuckles. The shading. The lines on the fingernails, just really, really well done. Check out the other one here. This is more of just a relaxed hand. As you can see like the webbing between the thumb and the rest. It's where they joined the mold, but still it's in a perfect place. You can see veins on the back of the hand. 3 fingers, of course, like all the gargoyles. Really cool. It's also got just a pair of fists, but they're also well done. Veins, nails, skin. Look at that. I mentioned it in the Goliath video. The only other NECAs I've had are Godzilla figures, and they've got some hefty weight and a lot of detail and just really durable quality things. Like these seem to be the same quality of the product. I mean, as far as the durability of things. It comes with a couple of weapons too. It's got the mace. Just look at the detail on that, huh? The metal. Looks like metal. Not fatigue, but metal, like a little bit of rust and crud on there. Looks like it's got leather wrapped down there. I'll take a look at the battle axe here. Same deal. There's a chipped up blade with the detail on it. Look at that. Silver wash on the black. Makes it look like it's been used. Back spike. I forget what that's called. There's a name for that. It's got the leather wrapped in. The cool thing, if you want to, you can just join them together like that. And he has the 2-handed weapon there. I think I'll just have him hold them. When I use them, he'll just hold one of them at a time. And we get the fun accessories he comes with. A box of popcorn. Broadway in the show is famous for eating. As you can tell, he's got a bit of a gut. Look at that detail on this popcorn. It's just popcorn, folks, but look at that. Cool. Comes with a turkey leg. Like I said, he eats, and the detail on the turkey leg, look at that. You see where he bit it? Look at the stuff inside. That's just cool. And then this, I had to look up what this was. It's moss. It says on the package I read at the beginning. It's a piece of moss. It's all about him eating. It's from the first episode. He was in a cave, the Brook Creek cave, where the baby gargoyles are born. He was kind of put into a timeout in there to watch the eggs because he was misbehaving. And he was getting hungry in there. He's getting frustrated, so he pulled some moss off the wall and ate it. And that's all it's from. It's from that one little scene. Kind of like Goliath with his jalapeno. One episode, one scene. And they have a little detail accessory for that. I think that's a nice touch by NECA. I enjoy their product so far. And I'd love to get a lot more. So that's it for his accessories. So let's get a closer look at the figure himself and put on the wings and the tail. All right, here's Broadway up close and personal, just a figure with no wings or tail yet. And speaking of up close and personal, I realized during the accessories, I didn't look at the extra head, which is pretty dynamic. So we'll take a look at it now. Look at this. Look at the teeth, tongue. Scary eyes. They make Broadway, who's such a nice character, they really make him look intimidating, don't they? They do that with all the gargoyle mean heads. That's what I call them. I don't know what else to call them. Angry heads. With the mean heads. This one especially. Because, I mean, look at the peaceful Broadway. He still has a little menace with the brow, but not. Yeah, that's a little different. So that's pretty cool. Just wanted to get a close up of that before we take a close up of the rest. So you can see the detail on him. Same as that one. Look at the eyes. Nose. Just. Everything's so smoothly done. Paint apps are just so accurate. I don't see any problems. I love the wash they've got on him. As you can see it on his chest there. Just like some shading to make him, I don't know, more cartoony, less cartoony. I'm not sure. The shading is really cool. As you can see it across his chest. You can see during the bulge on his belly, it's got through there, around the line there, they got some shading. Also on the arms, same thing, around the musculature, shading. Shoulders, his lats there. Take a look at his back. Yeah, that's where the wings plug in, as you can tell. But still, they got the shading done all around there. Of course, this is his loincloth. Looks like he's got a poop hole here, but no, it's not. That's where the tail goes. It doesn't have a flap on his thing like the old school pajamas where they had the poop flap, you know. Look at his legs. Look at that. He's got some big calves. I love the feet on these guys. Look at that. Detail. Look at the paint on the toes and the shading. Look at that. That's my great commentary. Look at that. Now, look at this beautiful, beautiful work and the sculpting and just look at that. That's all you gotta say. Look at that buckle. But really, the holes punched in, the loincloth, the folds, just they outdone themselves. It doesn't look like plastic, especially if you hold it back a little bit. It looks like it's leather or something, but it's rubber. And the gold belt buckle there, the pirate buckle, there's barely a little bit of overpaint, but not much at all. I mean, you can't even tell from a distance. Just the paint apps and the sculpt, of course. I love his belly button. Sculpt is just perfect for Broadway. If you've ever seen the show, he is a little overweight. He's not, I wouldn't say he's the comic relief because there really is no, everybody has their comical moments, but he's more of his comedy comes from he's always hungry. He always wants to eat. That's why he came with the popcorn and the turkey leg. All right, so let's get him all together here. I'm going to plug in his tail. Here's his tail. And here's the back. Luckily, it's got a split flap there. Now I'm doing it with the holes down. Now I'm doing this through the camera without looking with my actual eyes. So I haven't done this really. I don't know if I did this with the light. I can't remember. Oh, I can't line up the hole there. Oh boy, yeah, it's in there. But it's really tight. There we go. All in. And then, of course, it's got the pivot on there. Pretty cool. Now let's see if I can get the wings in there without causing all kinds of damage or any trouble. I'm going to take this. I'm going to bend this. Let's see. Let me get him out of the way. I'm going to bend this in. I was. I think it's better to put it in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So my curly. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm just going to stick it in like this. See what happens. Oh, that wasn't bad. Wax it over. So I got a little drifting camera problem here. There we go. Stick it in. And the ratchet. There we go. See if we can get them in the screen here. See if we can get them in frame. Most of it. It's a little crooked there. He's got a little hitch going. There we go. That's all in frame. Check him out. That's pretty cool. I'm enjoying him. I love the green and the kind of the little aquamarinish blue. That's really cool too. Check him out. All right, now we'll get into check out his articulation next. We'll start with that. Now let's take a look at Broadway's articulation. Of course, it's going to be hampered a little bit because of these gigantic wings, but I'll try to work around that. We'll start with his head. He does not have any head movement except for 360. That's all he really needs. His neck doesn't move up or down, mouth doesn't open, nothing like that. But that's all right. Let's see, we get the arms. Let's see, man, he's stiff. Yeah, see, he doesn't go up much. That's about all he does right there. Does have a bicep swell. So you can get him to do some creepy grasping poses. He does have a little more than 90-degree double jointed elbow there. That helps for the shoulder. Boy, the shoulder really doesn't have much at all. It's a little disappointing, but that's all right. And rolls around. Roll pivots a little like that on both sides. I guess that's pretty common for NECA. Ball joint there. This side, same thing with the arm. No shoulder. Really no shoulder. Yeah, it goes around. Oh boy, but you can hear it. Oh, I'm going back the other way. Uh-oh. We're stuck. There we go. Oh, now try that again. But you can see it does go that way, but I would not recommend it. He does have bicep swivel over here too, while we're talking about. And out of the legs, he goes all the way out in the Van Damme splits, much like McFarlane does. Let's check out his knees. He's got about 90 degrees. And then his secondary joint on his feet. Make his feet go back like that. And forward that far. He's also got the, I would call it toe articulation, these giant toes. So you can get him doing all kinds of stuff like that. Or with his feet straight back like that. Like a good flying, hovering pose. So he's got legs spin like that too. That's at the knee. Spin it there. I didn't do his waist. Let's see what he does. Well, he's got the little bit of chest. He does the chest. No, he doesn't spin at the gut. Too bad about that. Doesn't spin at the gut. Kind of did the tail when I put him on. It goes up, it goes down, and of course, since it's got the bendy wire, you can do whatever you want with it. So that about does it for his articulation. Wings didn't. Well, the wings. Let me get the wings. They just ratchet all the way back like that if you want them like that, and ratchet them up. They go all the way up. They go down that far. They go up that far. I do a little better view than just close up. But I'll probably have him in that position most of the time. Maybe up one, depending on what he's doing. The up one doesn't look too bad. Yeah. So that's it for his articulation. Well, let's see. We'll get him in a few poses, and then we'll give some final thoughts. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a little information about the figure and some close-ups of him. If you're interested in getting these, I would recommend any of the gargoyles just from these two that I've seen. And yes, there is going to be a third. And then hopefully that's it. Well, not hopefully, but unfortunately, that's going to be it. So stay tuned. That one will be coming out pretty soon. And once again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel compelled to. And I'll see you in the next one.